Hello and welcome, fellow gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Rising World Medieval Build. And our shops are now the full height, and as I said before, these are sort of slightly more recent. They're kind of buildings that you do still see some of around here in the UK. I don't know about elsewhere, but certainly in the UK we have, and sort of other parts of Europe as well. You can see buildings like this, and each story is just a little bit bigger than the last. And I think that has something to do with the way they used to throw various ordures out of windows, and if you did this you could avoid hitting people who were directly beneath. Well, you could if they were under here at least, so a wise person would walk very carefully under there. Anyway, we're not going to go that authentic here. I'm not going to worry too much about toilets. They didn't really have them, they just had a chamber pot anyway, but these are shops, so we're going to have to finish these off now. I've basically, if I go in here, I've still got a goat in that one. Actually, let's go to the one that hasn't got a goat. I'm going to have to kill that one because I have a feeling even if I hit it with a rolling pin, as somebody suggested, I have a feeling it won't run away. I have a feeling it will try and run away and not really get anywhere. So we've got a floor here. Now, obviously, myself, I'm going to need to furnish these floors myself. Because I don't think we're going to have time in this episode, and then I'll show you in the next episode what I've done with them. But these would be the living floor, so this would be the living room here of the family that ran the shop, and this here will be the bedroom. And obviously we've no roof at the moment, so we're going to put a roof on. That's the first thing we're going to do. So we've got our stairwell here, and obviously we need some fireplaces in here as well. And this is where I'm not quite sure. What I might have to do is take out the windows that are at the rear, because at the moment there's nowhere to actually put a fireplace, which isn't quite right. So either the one at the rear or the one in the side is going to have to go, because we need a fireplace there. The shop part downstairs could have, yeah, you see there I've got none at the rear, so what we should probably do is take those out. And then, as you can see, this is the same on both sides. They're going to be more or less the same on both sides. We have got some shelves, storage capacity in there under the stairs as well. Okay, so first and foremost then, we're going to put a roof on this, and being a slightly later building, it's going to have, I just realised I've put my scaffolding away, and I need it. Is it in there? No, it's not in there. This being a slightly later building, we're actually going to need a tiled roof, so I'm fairly sure we don't actually have any blocks that match that description at the moment. Here we go. I'm going to need these, I think. So we'll take that. I'll take the small one as well, just in case. There we go. I've got some stone in my inventory already. We'll go up here, get our blocks. Okay, so we're going to need some stone bricks, I think, for this. Or possibly stone tiles. Now, that's a little bit light coloured. This one here is just a little bit on the dark side, but is otherwise more or less right. Let's just see if we can find the correct. We really need a sloped roof like that, and yeah, I think we're probably going to need something like that. So let's just go for a stack of them like that for the moment, and then of course we're going to need some corner blocks as well for that. Oh, there we go. I don't need 64 of them though. I just need, well, we're probably going to need more than 4 of those. Let's make 8 of those for the time being. And then on the inside of our roof, we're probably going to want something that resembles wood. So we're going to leave that for the second. And I'm going to take these, and we're going to see what we can do with these. Again, I'm going to do some fairly sort of quick and dirty edits on this video, because otherwise it's going to be silly long. Okay, here we go. Now, first things first, we probably want to place our scaffolding so that we can gain access. Oh, I just threw it on the floor. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, turn that around to this elevation. And there we go. And then maybe I should put my small one in there. Like that, so it's a little bit easier to turn around at the top. There we go, lovely. Alright, so obviously we're going to need our corner here. Turn it around. There we go, like that. So basically, rather than having a gable end, I'm going to make this one. Let's see, actually, I don't know really. Should we make it have a gable end, or should we... It's rather wider building to have a gable end on it, I feel. So that's why I thought perhaps doing a roof like this was going to work out better. Now, obviously, I haven't got enough of these blocks, but I'm going to make enough of them once I've decided this is absolutely the right way to go about things. So for the moment, I'm just going to do this, and we're going to see what it looks like. There we go. And then we're obviously going to need to do the same thing from below. Let's just go down and see what that looks like from the outside. Could just hop through the window, couldn't I, really? Now, obviously, oh yeah, really great. We can't actually see it from here. You see, that would be a really big... I think the gable end would have to be at the side, in point of fact, if we were going to have one. So, yeah. I think that'll be absolutely fine. But what I do want to do is, let's just have a look in here. We do have some wood, but not quite. See, I probably want these... that kind of wood there. It's a shame I can't just saw them in half, really. But what we're going to want is some wood blocks for the inside of our roof. So we're going to need wood blocks and wood planks for this. So possibly like that. Possibly like those. And again, they need to be like these. Okay, so we'll make a bunch of these to start with. There we go. And these will have to go basically. Now, yeah, I haven't done this ever so well because, broadly speaking, what we're going to need an inside corner there as well. Oh, my word. Get up the scaffold. And I can't now get up the scaffold because that's in the way, but you get the picture. So I'm going to have to move my scaffold over this way a little bit. That's going to have to be an interior block there. And then this is going to carry on, of course, in this direction here. There we are, like so. So I'm going to get on and do that roof because I'm going to move this. Yeah, this is going to take me a little while. I'm going to have to keep making enough blocks as well, but I'm kind of reluctant to make too many of them and use up all my materials at this point. But hopefully what we should have in here is then a roof that we can kind of put beams in as well, a bit like we did the other ones. But I might have to sort of fiddle about with that a little bit, but I think I know what I'm doing. So I will see you guys when I have finished this roof in a bit. Okay, the roof is finally finished, and it took me even longer than I thought. Not only because I was dealing with the beams on the interior as well, but also because I wanted to take out the rear windows. As you can see, the shop has no rear windows, and I've taken the rear windows out of the top two floors on both sides as well, which means that we're going to be able to put fireplaces there because our medieval shop owners, shopkeepers, would definitely need them. And as you can see here, we've got the beams on the inside of our roof as well. Got to have beams to sort of keep the roof on, really, and yeah, doesn't do to be too tall in the medieval either. So we've got really quite a tall ceiling there, but probably you wouldn't have had lowered ceilings until the Tudor period, and we're not as far on as that. So now looks like either night's falling or no, rain is falling. Looks like we're about ready then to start doing our shop interiors. Now we've got a pair of shops here, and so obviously we need to make two distinct and separate shops, and I'm gonna have to deal with this goat because it's gonna get in my way otherwise. He's attacked me. Okay, fair enough. I asked for it. Okay, let's take that goat hide, and then let's hide his corpse. Alrighty, I didn't want to do that, goat, but you gave me no choice. We've got doors on here now. I have put doors on the shops, so we are going to be able to shut the doors and prevent goats or any other animal for that matter wandering in. Of course, there's nothing stopping them from wandering in through the window, but I don't think they're likely to because they don't tend to jump. Occasionally they fly, but they don't normally jump, so there we go. Okay, so you can see from, look at that, I can actually shelter from the rain under the eaves. How cool is that? Yeah, that's kind of what it's for. Alright, so you can see our roof from really quite a long way away. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. It's a relatively tall roof, but there we go. So I'm going to need to build some chimneys, actually. That is something I forgot to do because the fireplace is going to be at the back of the shop. So we've got basically, as I was saying, So as I say, we've got 2 shops here, and the shops that we've got on this occasion, we're going to make some more later on. Like, we're going to make an apothecary. Thank you to you guys who gave your suggestions, by the way. One of these shops is going to be a butcher's shop. Which perhaps should be the one where I just slaughtered the goat, shouldn't it? I'm not sure. And the other is going to be a tailor's. Okay, and they're going to be sort of fairly sort of basic, really. What we're principally going to need in here is some species of counter. Basically, probably here. We're going to have a counter sort of here, because your shopkeeper would stand here, and people probably wouldn't even enter the shop. They would stay on the outside and come to the window. So we're going to put a counter just here, obviously just 1 block wide, or you'd never get up the stairs. And then we need a load of accoutrements and what have you in here as well. Perhaps some shelving at the back here. Obviously we've got storage there, but we need stuff to be sort of displayable as well. Oh, good, it's brightening up. You can see what we're doing. We'll need some lighting in here also, of course. But as I say, all we're doing here today is our shops. I'm going to have to do the furnishing of the upstairs living accommodations myself, but we're going to have a real choice of beds around here. At the moment I've just got one in the top of the smithy, but yeah, we're going to have several around here. It's going to be a case of sleep where you will. So we need some wooden counters, and I think we're going to have to, because that's a custom height, we're going to have to build them ourselves. So we're going to have to do our usual thing. I've got lumber, I've got logs. Let's go up here. Authentically, we should be going to the carpenters for this, shouldn't we? In fact, I probably I should, and I will, because that is where I've got spare wood, and I think I've got some spare lumber in there as well. Here we go. Right, I can't remember where I've got my paper in there from the paper press, and I've got some wood here. Do I have any lumber? Yes, I've got loads of it. I thought I would have. Here we go, and we've got some there as well. Great, and we'll take some more there. Okay, so what we're going to want probably is something akin to this, only perhaps a little more solid. So let's just see. We're going to need some planks. Now that one's black, because that was what I made the shells for on the underside of. And we probably don't want it. We probably want it to be this texture here. So let's just go through to that. Fairly rough timber there. Yep, so we'll make a fair few of those. And then we're going to need some beams of the same texture. So there we go. And we'll see how we do with that. So, here we go. Night will catch up with us as soon as, I'm sure, but here we go. So we've got our door there so we can see. Now I need grid, that's what I need. We'll turn that around, and we do need it at about that level. Let's just see. Now it can be quite awkward trying to place our that's gone through the wall a little bit. Okay, let's just see if we can make that a little bit wider. Like that. And let's see what that looks like. There we go. Now obviously this is going to need some legs. Again, we're going to need G. This is still beam width. And it's difficult to judge, but I think that is the correct height. In fact, clipping through like that might be quite good. Let's just... It might look a bit more authentic, possibly, I don't know. No, let's have it like that. And I'm just going to make it a little bit thicker, and we'll just see if we can put that there. And then we'll have a couple more legs as well. We'll have one against the wall there. And perhaps one in the middle, which would be there. There we go. Okay. And then maybe I ought to have one here. Yeah, I think that's going to look better. There we go. Okay, there we are. So that is basically going to be our shop counter. I will have the same in the shop next door. And then, as I say, we're going to need some sort of, I think we're going to need some sort of shelving here. So we're going to do the same kind of thing, only I'm going to make some shelves. Possibly not all the way up to the ceiling, actually. Let's just see. I don't actually necessarily want them to clip through the wall. How tall is that? It's probably about right. But is it touching the floor? No. Okay, so we might again need to abandon grid for this. There we go. And we don't want this to go too close to the door, because we want the door to be able to open. So let me just check that that door can open. Fabulous. There we go. All right, and then I need to turn this across, and maybe we need to do that. Let's place some shelves first. These are obviously going to need to be somewhat smaller. But there we go. And I think, there we go, I'm going to need some more posts as well. Although whether these posts are strictly the right size, I'm not entirely sure. Let's just see what it looks like with some slightly narrower posts. Okay, I think that's pretty much what I meant. I'm just going to check that's not clipping through upstairs. No, it's not. That should be fine then. Great stuff. So we'll have the same kind of thing next door. And I think possibly I could do with having a countertop here as well. Or at least some sort of surface. So I might just make myself similarly a sort of a table here as well. A little bit longer than that, perhaps. Maybe it should go the full length. Not perhaps that long. Let's just make it kind of about that long. Just wants to be a suitable surface. And then with the same kind of legs as we had before. There we are, and that's more or less our shop finished in here. Now, what we might also want to do as well is what we did in some of the other ones, which is to say place some battens on the wall on which we can hang things. That might be a tad on the long side there. I'll just make it a little shorter. Put one there, and then I'll maybe put one on this side as well. Roughly the same height. There we go, that's fine. And then we can hang items for display there, and I'll put one up here as well. There we go, because we're going to need a fair old bit of clutter in here, I think, to make this look like an authentic shop. Now I might have some sort of rug on the floor there as well. But for now, what I'm going to do, I am going to replicate this next door in the other shop, and then we'll be able to decorate our two shops to make them look like the shops that they are supposed to be, i.e. a butcher's and a tailor's. Okay, so I haven't set out both the shops exactly identically, as you can see, because apart from anything else, they don't really be that symmetrical, but they also have different purposes. We have two different shops here, and as such, we're probably going to need them to look a little different from each other. So what we're going to have, this one is going to be our butchers on the left, and we're going to have our tailors on the right. So before we do anything else then, what we're going to need to do, I've got some lighting in here. I've actually made quite a few of these, so that should do. But then we're also going to need, as per usual, posters. Yes, we love our posters. And we're going to have to make a couple of signs as well. So while we're in here, let's just do that. I'm going to need some construction beams, but again, I'm going to need the black ones. There we go. This is the best way I've found of doing this. And then signs. We could have metal signs, but they're quite difficult to read. You can change them to different colours of metal, but then they look a little too modern. So I think we're going to stick with wooden ones, not that one, wooden ones, because, yeah, again, a bit too modern, aren't they, really? We're going to need, yes, we're going to just need 2 like that. So, hello, 2, there we go. Okay, so we're going to use those. And there we want posters. Now, I've put a load of paper in there. I haven't got any barrels there. Okay, I've got some paper here, and I don't actually have any space. So let's put away some lumber. There we go. Put away some lumber. I've got wood planks. We're going to need those anyway, and I've got wood here left over. Who'd have thought it? There we go. And I've got some wood beams there. Okay, I actually had plenty of those already. Never mind. Okay, we should have enough space now. Do I need to make my posters anywhere in particular, or can I make them? I think we can make them here, can't we? Where's my other one? There, I think. Miscellaneous poster? Yes, there we go. So I'm going to make us about a dozen of these right now, and then you guys will just get a bit of an impression. But first of all, we're going to place some lighting so we can actually see what's going on. Now, this one hopefully should be, yeah, far enough out that we can actually put one on top of there if we wanted to, but I'm not entirely sure we do. We probably want to place one above our window. Actually, we probably want to put one there. That's perhaps going to be a good place for one, or smack bang in the middle of the ceiling. Let's just put one there. I think that's correct. There we go. And that might be enough light. You never know. I might put another one somewhere as well. Let me see. Until it gets dark, it's going to be kind of difficult to tell if that's sufficient lighting. We might need one. I could hang one there, I guess, just by the stairs. Bit of a fire hazard, perhaps, but at the same time, good for lighting your way up. Let's replicate that in here, and I might have this light a little further back in the shop, say about there even, because we've got a workspace at the back of the tailor's shop, so we're going to need a bit of light there. Okay, and we might want to do the same thing here. Okay, so here we have our butcher's shop, and bear with me, we've got a lot of posters to place. I've got about 10 on me, so we'll see how we do. Some of them will hang directly on the wall, like this one, which we're going to have to expand somewhat, and you may recognise some of the images I'm going to use here, because they are images that I used in our castle build in the last series, and that actually looks like it could do with dangling a little bit higher up. So I'm just going to see if I can fit it in here, and I might have to move that baton like that. There we go. Okay, and then let's see what else we could possibly hang up around here. There we go. Okay, we've got some bits of beef hanging up from there, and I've got one more poster here, and I think we could probably hang something even larger from this. There we go. We've got some beef hanging from there, an entire half cow. It's a fairly small cow, but there you go. And then we've perhaps got room for one more. There we go. A pheasant hanging from there as well. Fantastic. Okay, so I've also got some images that we can use on flatter surfaces. What I will do here, we could probably do with placing a board. Now, I wonder if we could benefit from making a board of a contrasting material. Let's just see. Construction, plank. And let's just see if we can make something that looks like not that. Okay, so let's see if we can make this look like a butcher's board. So I'm going to make it wider like that. And we'll place it there. And on it, we should place some species of meat. There we go. We've got an entire sort of piglet or hare or some sort of thing on there like that. And then we're probably going to need a couple of implements around here as well. We're obviously going to need a butcher's cleaver, and then we could perhaps do with a rather smaller implement here. There we go. We could actually have that overhanging the edge of the board, which looks quite good as well. And we probably should have some other sort of knives and what have you around here too. But we're a little bit short on posters now, so I'm going to have to craft some more posters. And then we're probably going to be able to place some more items on here. So this could be another butcher's table, or it could be, I don't know, a shelf for placing some more meat on. We've got shelves here as well, and we could quite easily put some meat on those too. But what we might want to do here, is use the old trick that we've used before, where basically it could be a little bit wasteful on the wood, really, but what we can do is sort of, oops, not that way, this way, we can craft some little bits of wood like this. Oop. And we can put posters against them, kind of like that, to look as if our shelves are populated. Okay, so you get the general idea. I'm obviously going to have to make some more posters now, so that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to do a similar job of decorating inside our tailors, but I'm not going to hang too much stuff up at this point. I can do quite a bit of finishing off camera. Okay, so here we go. Blank slate in here, and obviously we're not going to want the same things going on in here. So we're going to get ourselves a poster. Now this is our tailor's shop, so obviously what we're going to need in here really is we're going to need some items that you would see in a tailor's shop. So first of all, let's see what we'd have hanging up in a tailor's shop. Quite possibly some bags, and then on our counter here we'd probably want, let's just do this, and we'll just turn that to there, and we'll make it perhaps, oops, a little taller like so. And then on here we will have a pair of shoes like that. Okay, so they don't look sort of perfect there by any means, but a pair of shoes, and we could probably put some more shoes around the place as well, particularly sort of around here perhaps. And then we're going to want some other things, other items hanging from the wall. So we'll have a pair of men's hose and a shirt, possibly a vest top like that. And then for the moment, there's probably just one more thing that we need to place here for immersion's sake. And that is some tailoring tools, which we will just place right about there, because this is our workbench at the back. It's kind of the workshop where the tailors do their work, do their job. And yeah, I think perhaps we'll just have one more item sort of dangling here at the back, or maybe even on the table as if they're currently in the process of being made or repaired. And again, they can overhang just a little bit like that. There we go. Fantastic. All right, so that is our tailor's shop. And now only one thing really remains, apart from some off-camera tweakery that I might do myself, and that is to place our signs here. And we're going to do these for the moment pretty much as we have done previously, but we're going to place these signs sort of here. So perhaps needs to be a tiny bit longer than that, but not much. And yeah, I've had this problem before, so we're going to have to place more than one of these. There we go. I've placed both signs now. Looks like this pig is considering going to the butcher's, which would be a really stupid idea now, wouldn't it? So get out of there. I'll shut the doors just to make sure we don't have any more wildlife wandering into our stores. And we're going to name our, or at least we're going to temporarily name our butchers. I'm just going to name this Butchers. Or Butchery. There we go. But we do have a player-inspired name for our tailor's shop, and that is Lunesta's Linens and Apparels, which is an appropriately medieval-sounding name, if you ask me, and that is, of course, suggested by Lunesta. So there you go, Lunesta. The tailor's is yours. So don't forget, if any of you want a shop, or indeed a workshop or a building of any kind named after yourselves, then do let me know. Even if it's not something we've built yet, the chances are either it's on my list to create, or I will take it into consideration as a new project as part of our medieval build as well, because I almost certainly haven't thought of everything. So there we go, guys. Our shops are finished now, or near as anyway. I've got some work to do off camera as per usual. I'm going to, as I say, turn the upstairs of these shops into living spaces, and in the next episode I will show you what we've done before we move on to our next project. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that as much as I am. And if you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to let me know by hitting that like button. Also feel free to leave me your comments and suggestions, and do leave your venue and building name suggestions in the comments there too. So until the next time, guys, when we play Rising World, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye bye for now.